All right, welcome to day 15. So I had to start this recording over because the stupid freaking camera stopped. So luckily today is just gonna be a short. We're just gonna keep it really short today. We're stretching out the legs. Yesterday, if you stayed with me or you worked out with me for that one, we got some work in. Got like 15 seconds left. We got in some work on the legs, so we want to stretch that out. But you also want to stretch out the back as much as possible, and also the neck, which tends to be kind of tight for me. So in about 5 seconds or so, we're going to start. Get on my mat properly. All right, let's go. I'm just going to take it over to this side. Put the hand on this side of the head. That pressure is going to pull the head down a little bit. You should feel this here if you're following along. I definitely do. In about 5 seconds, we're going to switch over to the next side now. Unfortunately, since the arm still hurts, I can't lift it up to put pressure on the right side of the head. So I'll try my best to use the same arm. Oh, okay. I can feel that here. That still feels like there's definitely pressure. Feels a little bit different because of, angles and leverage and whatnot, but still feeling it back here. And this is really good for me because sometimes I sleep weird, my neck hurts. All right. Just gonna go back and forth a bit, making sure my mic is okay. Tell you, buying one of these little lav mics, probably one of the best investments I've made in YouTube or YouTube equipment. All right, 2 seconds, we're gonna go into the stretch again. We're gonna do this again because that felt really good. And I really hope this stupid camera doesn't stop like the last time, because I'm gonna be pissed. Feels pretty good. Now, if you're sitting up straight, at some point, you're gonna start feeling this in your back. For me, I'm actually feeling this in my lower back, especially. And this rolling motion is actually making me kind of tired. Like, I could go for a serious nap right now. I don't know if this is just me, but getting injured makes you, it makes me tired. Like, I've just been really tired. And that could also just be a function of not sleeping well, which honestly, I'm really trying to remedy that, because I know that if I'm going to be working out, I need to rest as much as possible. All right, so you can't really see them, but you might be able to, but so my legs are kind of crossed. What I'm going to do for this next move is I'm going to just lean forward because I'm trying to get my lower back stretched out. We got 10 seconds left. Just going to breathe. Not going to do anything crazy today. Need to work on that mobility. All right. I'm leaning forward. If you want, you can stretch both arms up in front of you. I can't do that with my left arm, obviously, but I'm still feeling this in my upper back and in my lats with the arm that is stretched, and of course feeling it in the lower back and the back of the leg, right underneath the glutes, little butt muscle. Feels good. We have about 15 seconds left. Gonna grab the head, pull it down. All right, 2 seconds. Rest. Shoulders. All right, so we're gonna do some shoulder rolls next, because that actually felt really good. Like, obviously I don't have any real structure for this workout. I'm just doing stuff as I feel it in my body, I'm stretching out parts that are tight so that I don't get too stiff. All right, let's do some shoulder rolls back. Can't really do these forward because that hurts the shoulder. This actually hurts just a bit, but nothing too crazy. There's no pressure on the shoulder, on the muscle. Push those shoulders down and back. I'm just trying to sit up. Feel that in the lower back for 20 seconds. Pardon me. Really tired today. I don't know what it is. Did have a pretty big breakfast. Maybe it's maybe it's a food coma. All right. You have 30 seconds. This next stretch is feeling like, see, I gotta hold my arm to my side, otherwise it hurts. This next stretch is feeling like a hip opener, you know, this one. So got about 10 seconds left. So let's get into position. Okay, trying to get my ankles, well, my heels on the floor. Here we go. Let's see the outside. Ow. It feels pretty good just resting with the back against my lower spine. I don't need to worry about falling back, but I actually fall asleep in this position. It's pretty comfy. Next round, we're gonna do some pigeon poses. I'm gonna move my mat so that it's pointing that way, so that I have more room for my long legs. Okay. You got 5 seconds left. I'm gonna come out of this. Move my mat. Okay, for 15 seconds, and we're gonna go into our pigeon pose. I'm just gonna sit on my heels for the time being. 5 seconds left, and we're gonna start. Oh yeah, feels really good. And y'all know how pigeon pose works. I should have put the camera on the floor so you could see it, but you know how it works. I'm on my right leg. Bring that forward and swing it out so that it's under my body, slightly to the left. I'm gonna lean forward a little bit so I can feel that behind the leg. We got about 30 seconds left. This feels really good, by the way. Gotta be careful of that arm. Okay, this feels good. We got 10 seconds left. We're gonna come out. Ease up a little bit. Okay. Oh, that actually feels really good. Okay. I'm gonna bring the camera down so you can see this next one. Alright. And move this back just a touch. Okay. So that last pose, that last stretch started off kind of like this. But what I did was I dropped it down and then I lean forward over that bent leg like this and keep this bent so that there's no pressure on that bone. But this, that is such a good stretch. If you want to make this more intense, you could turn towards the other bent leg. You'll feel this in the back of, and there goes the camera. I wonder if it's because I'm not moving. All right, so freaking camera stopped. So I had to shut it down and reopen it. So if I do this right, you wouldn't have missed anything. It'll just be one straight flow. So it looks like, all right, so now we're in our rest. We have 3 more rounds. We're gonna switch legs. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do a pigeon pose with this leg. So put that down like this. And then slightly bend it this way so that it's under the body. Okay. Yeah, that feels good. Feel that right here, here as well to a certain extent. When you come up like this, you actually feel it a lot more. So for the next round, I'm actually going to turn the other way. Because if I try to do that stretch with this leg facing in that direction, I turn around and I don't want you guys to have my back. Yeah, 10 seconds left. Straighten that leg. I really feel that in my IT band on my right side. All right, so we got 30 seconds left. Just chill. Okay, 20 seconds. Now today's my walking day, so it snowed a bunch here yesterday. I live in New York, and honestly, I don't know if that gym is gonna open today because of the snow. I'm hoping it does. All right, let's get into this. Forward a little bit more. There we go. Oh yeah, that feels real good. God. Okay, after this, we're gonna have one more set. I think I'll do a couple more sets today because I was feeling tired when I started, but now I got my second win, so I'm feeling like we can probably do a couple more sets at least to help with opening up those legs a little bit. Yeah, 3 seconds. All right. Ooh. Okay, 30 seconds. I'm gonna adjust this. So I'm gonna do a groin stretch. And what that looks like is, you've seen these. You stretch, well, you open your legs as wide as possible. If you feel that back here, you're just gonna try to come down. Yeah, that's all as far as I can go. Ooh. Yeah, don't try to do like, don't try to go too deep into this too fast, because this has some serious injury potential. Let me tell you. I had a friend of mine once who tried this against a wall, and he had someone pushing his legs. But yeah, actually, he had 2 people. His back was up against the wall, and he had one friend pushing each leg apart. And they pushed a little too hard, and he said he felt something snap. So yeah, he tore something. So like, imagine having tendonitis in one shoulder and a torn groin. torn inner leg muscles. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do that. 5 seconds left. All right, now that's supposed to be the end of the set, but I'm gonna reset. So let's rest for 30 seconds and then we're gonna start again. We're gonna do that groin stretch again. I actually really like the way that felt, and I want to feel that some more. All right, let's go. If you want to, this is how I isolate legs. I move over one knee, and you actually feel that in the opposite lower back area, lumbar area. I'm actually feeling this really, really deep in this hammer. This hammy is like rock hard right now. So like, I'm stiff as heck. Okay, 15 seconds, and then we're gonna rest, and then we're gonna hop over to the other side. If you want to make it dynamic, you can come up and come back down. Okay. Ease that in. We have 5 seconds left, and then we're going to the other side. All right, let's go. Keep this. Oh man, like this side for some reason seems it's more tight than the other side, because like I can't go down as far, and the stretch feels more pronounced, and the stretch is in a different place too. Like on the other side, it's in the back of the leg, but on this side, it almost feels like it's in the glute itself, or right on the bottom of the glute where it meets the hamstring, I guess, like that crease. Ooh. All right, let's switch this up. Okay. Hamstring stretch, like I like to call it. Half cobbler, I guess. This feels really good, by the way. So I'm working on a new drum and bass, more melodic drum and bass mix for these stretching videos. Something more chill, something more laid back, something a bit more wound down from the energetic drum and bass that I use for my workouts. Something hopefully a bit more appropriate for the relaxed pace, tone, and mood of these recovery stretches. And that's actually what I'm listening to right now, or at least listening to one of the tracks from that new mix. Ooh. Yo, this arm is crazy right now. Honestly, I'm a little worried. Yeah. I'm a little worried. I don't know what the heck is going to happen. Hope I don't have to have surgery. And I hope in the event of surgery, I don't know how long that's going to have me out. And I'm worried, y'all. All right, switch legs. Okay. Still trying to figure out how to position my arm so that it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna flex that foot, grab it with my right arm. 30 seconds left. One of the most important things that I want to emphasize with these workouts is that to make a change, you don't have to do anything crazy, drastic, extreme, aggressive. You can take a measured approach to fitness, to weight loss, to health, longevity, mobility, and you can still succeed. All right, let's take a rest. Okay. That's the one thing that I'm really trying to emphasize, is that with enough time, you can accomplish anything. And one of the things that I learned about myself is previously, the reason these sorts of attempts would fail with me is because I put too much pressure on myself to move too fast, All right, we're just gonna do a hamstring stretch, double hamstring stretch, flex those feet. And just forward. Yeah, so always putting pressure on myself to lose X pounds in Y number of months. Lose X number of inches off your waist. You know what I mean? Unspecified fitness goals. Lose weight, rather than commit to 3 times a week of 30 minutes a day or 40 minutes a day strength. Commit to 4 times a week of walking on the treadmill for an hour at 3 miles an hour at a 3 mile at a 3% incline. Like real concrete, reachable, attainable goals, coupled with consistency, week after week, day after day, week after week, rather, of just doing the thing over and over again, focusing on nutrition, which is another huge thing that I didn't focus on before. Let's wrap it up here today. My arm is starting to hurt, and yeah, the only thing I want to add is, for those of you, this might be the first video you're seeing of me. You may not have seen me before. Again, what I want to emphasize is, this thing I call the grand experiment. It's a system. Design a system, run the system, see if the system works. Does it work? Does it not work? Control certain variables. The first block, which we're in right now, ends on March the 5th. We're controlling calories in 1,800 to 2,000 calories. We're controlling the protein intake, which is between 130 and 140 grams per day. Now I've noticed that most days I actually go way above that, which is that's good. And of course the activity, 3 days of strength. 1 second. Yeah, 3 days of strength, 4 days of walking, right? Very specific walking regimen, which I mentioned before, 3 miles a day or 3 miles per session. So that's 1 hour at 3 miles an hour at 3% incline. That's done 4 days a week, and then my 3 strength sessions, and seeing what it does. When we get to the end of that block, we'll change something else. Are we going to reduce calories? Are we going to increase protein? Are we going to increase or decrease activity? That's what we're checking for. So before I get too long-winded, that's the end of today's session. Tonight's my walk. Tomorrow we're going to come back for it. Normally it would have been push, but of course I can't do that with this. So it's going to be another leg session. We're going to try different leg movements tomorrow, but we're going to take it easy. We don't want to injure ourselves. So anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.